ratchet, savage, chillin' on my mattress. Claimed you didn't fuck with me, but all that was captured. Fucking with my friends said you love me.
Alrighty. Hey everyone, Anthony with Interviews with Everyday People. Welcome everybody. You heard that intro music, Actress by our guest today, Gus. It's the full name, Gus The Savage, like a Tribe Called Quest. You gotta say the whole thing. So Gus, give us a little intro. Give us a little starter off here.
Well, what's going on, guys? If you guys know me, you know me as Gus The Savage, like my boy said. If not, y'all could go find me on all platforms, Instagram _official Gus The Savage, on Facebook Gus The Savage, everything. I'm originally from the Bronx. Right now I live in Taylor. Just trying to stay focused on this dream that I have of getting out of here and trying to stay positive through this whole pandemic that's going on outside.
Now, how long have you been performing and into hip hop rap? I say hip hop rap because everyone has a different view on what to name it or what to call it.
Right. So I've been into this since like 2013. Originally, I started in like an Xbox Live chat with my friends. They were rapping. So I was like, oh shit, I might just try doing this. And then I started with a Started from the Bottom remix, and it was completely garbage.
Got to start somewhere.
I think I still have the file somewhere in my emails, like deep in my email somewhere. And I'll probably find it one day and be like, look, guys, Throwback Thursday.
Yeah.
But started on Xbox Live. I went by many different names. I was like Truth to God, Blaze the God, Truth to Villain, Blaze the Villain, until I got the name Gus The Savage, and I just stuck with it since 2015. And that was right around the time when I first performed. I did a Sweet 15 for a close friend of mine, and I messed up lyrics a little bit because I had to rewrite a song that I had initially wrote before. But the crowd still loved it. They came up to me after like, yo, that was your first time? Because it didn't even look like it. I was so nervous. And then after that, it just really kicked off when I moved over here. I went to Riverside. I initially moved over here from the Bronx because my mom passed away. And I had to live with my sister. And then I went to Riverside. They had talent shows. So I was in the talent show every year. You know, it was great because the crowds came out, parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents, cousins, you name it. Everybody was in the crowd that night for whoever was on stage. But you know, they knew.
What venue? What was the venue?
It was the auditorium at the school.
Okay.
The talent shows, and everybody loved me. That's why, you know, like I said, when they seen Gus The Savage, it was party time. They loved me. I go down there, like before all this was going on outside, I used to go down there and everybody would be like, oh, Gus The Savage, like, you know, go visit the school, whatever the case may be. Hopefully I get a chance to get in there and talk to the kids about my journey. You know, I've been wanting to do that, trying to get into the schools. I was supposed to meet with the NEPA youth shelter downtown, and that got messed up because of this whole coronavirus.
Now, if you had to say what type of genre or what type of music you make, how would you categorize yourself? Like, what type of music would you think if someone had to relate you to another artist style, and what do you think your general message is with your music?
Damn,
little three-parter there, little three-parter.
Yeah, that one was a good one. Right now, I can't really place myself into one genre because like on the low, I've been messing with a few different ones like rock and pop and all that kind of stuff. Like I'm trying to transition out of rap only because that was like my main thing. Like I want to be a rapper. Now I see like I'm a musical artist. So I'm all around now.
That's
So as
an
far
interesting point that's happening now with hip hop and R&B and rap is instead of just trying to be the R&B hip hop artist, you have people like those are the two front runners for me is Post Malone and The Weeknd, where they're just like I could do both. Like you put me in front of a guitar, I'll shred it. Put me here, you can put me on this beat or this style of music, I can go out there and do something. So I think that's definitely turning the corner for a lot of people, and it's cool for the reason they're doing that. Like especially like the Post Malones and The Weeknds, is people are like, well, who is this person they're referencing in their song, or who is this person they're guest spotting, and where did they get that beat, where did they get that riff? I mean, Kanye did it a lot too. Kanye would use some rock stuff and hip and talk about rock bands, but it's something that is definitely opening the eyes for other communities to kind of hear, like, you know, Black and Hispanic communities to be like, what's this rock band called? And it's like, what the hell is it? Because there's a difference there. Like, not a lot of people are open minded when it comes to all music. So I think it's cool to have those artists that are willing to dip their toes in each different genre to kind of see what they're into, you know?
Absolutely. And, you know, I'm trying to get a larger fan base as well because, like, right now, the music is based out of Scranton. And most of the music based out of Scranton is rock music or indie pop music or alternative.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to connect with that crowd. I'm still trying to connect with my hip hop crowd. I want to connect with my R&B crowd. You know, hell, I might just make me a country song one day. You know, who knows? But
number one country song in the world right now is a hip hop song.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Shit.
One of my.
But as far as like,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
comparing me to like someone else, I don't think I could like pin myself to sounding like anybody. I try to be as original as I can.
Yeah. Who are some of your influences?
Well, shit. I'm from the birthplace of hip hop, so it would have to be like the Terror Squad, you know, Fat Joe, Big Pun, Biggie Smalls. I like people who are influential. Like I consider J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar influential, although I don't try to rap like them because I still try to give it my little Bronx flavor with the singing, and that's where the whole A Boogie influence comes in, and the Lil TJ and Pop Smoke with the drill and stuff like that. Like I like the versatility in the city. You know, like everybody out there is like doing the same thing, but also in a different way. Kind of like out here, everybody's doing the same thing in a different way. But I'm trying to be more original than anything else.
Yeah. Well, you said Bronx rappers, and I just want to point out there's also amazing ones like KRS-One and Slick Rick, and yeah, just can't let those two names slide by.
No, absolutely not, definitely not.
Yeah, I love that.
But I'm also a young buck, so
you're young. That's what I said. Listen, if you didn't know, now you know, and you can go you can look into that stuff. I was introduced to hip hop and rap I was introduced to rap and hip hop because I grew up in like an all white town. So then when I met some friends that moved from New York to Pennsylvania, I was like, I'm into rock and pop, and they're like, you ever listen to hip hop and R&B? I was like, I know like Eminem, and they're like, no, we're gonna take you back and we're gonna show you this old school hip hop. And man, they opened my eyes to a lot of really, really good stuff. I'm like one of my all time favorites right now. Like I just love Black Star, Talib Kweli, Mos Def, like stuff like that. But you know what I mean? So like I like that. Yeah, and then obviously the Chappelle Show helped out because Dave Chappelle showed off a lot of really good MCs. So yeah, nice. So general idea of your music or what you're trying to put out there. What would be your overtone message that you're trying to get out there?
I'm just really trying to connect with like the youth. Some of my songs, like if you listen to them, it could help you through a time in your life that's like rough. Like let's say you're going through a breakup, boom, there's one of my songs called Move On that might just help you, you know, get your mind off that. Or if you're feeling depressed, suicidal, somebody's bullying you, I made a song called 13 Reasons Why that talks about all that stuff. So with my most recent album, I tried to express more of myself in it. Like I talked a lot about myself. I don't think I really sent out any messages. I just tried to be more mainstream. But with my last project, it was more influential because I tried to connect with the audience, and that's why I feel like that one is a little bit much more better than the one I just put out. But with that being said, like I said, I'm just trying to connect with my youth. If not, you know, connect with the older folks as well, because I don't want them to feel left out either. I try to branch out and get everybody to follow me and listen to my music because, like I said, I'm trying to get out of here. I'm trying to make it big one day because that's what my mom wanted. So I gotta follow that dream too.
So overall, you would kind of what I'm getting out of that, and hearing a little bit of your music. I didn't listen to as much as I would like to because everything's just been crazy, and recording twice a day for the last couple of weeks. You wear your heart on the sleeve is what you're trying to, like, pretty much. I think you're trying to get at is like, so you're not going to pull back your emotions. You're not going to pull back how you truly feel on something. Pretty much is what you see is what you get type and mentality is what you're going for.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely feel that. I do enjoy that. I think sometimes because depression and all that kind of stuff is stuff that you know if you talk about it, people think you're weak minded or something, and I totally disagree with that because I feel like if you're willing to put that out there and be that type of person, I think that makes you mentally stronger. So when someone does try to attack you on that level, it's like, nah, man, you don't got me on that because I'm open with mine. You know what I mean? Because if like it's kind of like back in the day, you would tell somebody a secret like, hey man, I'm depressed or I'm sad, and then they're like, okay, and then they go back and talk shit like this dude's sad all the time, he's depressed, and then you're not open with your own emotions, so then you take that to heart, and then you can, you know, that was kind of like the old school mentality. And I think with today's standards is like it's people are okay to talk about that, and it's okay to be out in the open, and people understand that, and you can connect more with people because you're willing to do so.
Facts.
Yeah. Awesome. So how did you find out about the podcast? I always try to ask people, especially if this is the first time really meeting people or talking to people. It's always curious. I always get curious.
I was on TikTok, and I was scrolling down my For You page, and I seen a video that you posted of like wrestling, and I was like, whoa, like, what's this? And then I checked over, and I looked, and I was like, oh, he's like from around here. So I checked on the Facebook, and I looked, and I kept on, you know, doing my research, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna reach out. And at that time, I was reaching out to a whole bunch of different people.
Yeah,
I was trying to get a lot of people to, you know, interview me because like I said, I've been trying to get my name out there. Let's see, I started with NEPA Scene in 2018, but it all really started in 2016, and ever since then, I've been trying. So at that time, I was contacting a lot of people, and you got back to me, and I was like, what? I was surprised. I mean, he was one of the first people to get back to me, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna set something up, and then that's when we set this up.
Yeah, it honestly, man, that shocks me that you tell me that because I literally made TikTok as like just another platform that I was going to put stuff here and there, and I was like, man, this is a fucking joke. And I just put like 4 or 5 videos of stuff we already put on like our Snapchats, our like Instagram, and I haven't been up to date with my TikTok. And now, like hearing that, it's like, man, I've been slacking. Like that's another platform that I didn't even realize that had that ability. You know, I just thought like, this isn't going to get no play. So I definitely got to step up my TikTok game, I guess, a little bit. You're never going to see me do no ratchet video dances or nothing like that.
Nah.
Listen, if I'm a creep, I guess, on TikTok. Like I'll scroll and I'll see like a girl with big old bitties in the butt, and she'll do that dance, and I'm just like, I'll give you a heart, you know, move it on. You know what I mean? I hate the dance. I can't stand it. And the song, if I ever hear the song, I'm going to hate it because I heard it 14 times every 13 seconds on TikTok. But you do find some funny stuff on there every now and then. There is some humor. But it's just people lip syncing songs, and they don't even know the words they're lip syncing. It's annoying.
Yeah. I do my own little TikToks. I try my best to connect with that platform too, because you gotta really utilize what technology we got these days and the apps we got, because Instagram is connected with Facebook, Twitter's a main platform, TikTok, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, all those things. Like a lot of people don't utilize those things, so that's why I try my best to use everything I can.
Yeah, you cast a wide net. You never know what you're going to get. I mean, I never thought in a million years I'd get an interview through my TikTok page, the thing I had to put the least amount of time into.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's actually good to know. I'm glad I asked that question because it shows that I need to stop slacking on that shit. You got that Rona.
No. Get out of here.
Well, it is 420. We'll chalk it up to that too. Not putting it out there. If you do, I'm not judging. All right. No. So,
we're chill.
So, where are some cities that you do perform in? You said you had some stuff scheduled, but obviously with this whole virus, it kind of put a lot of that in postpone.
The main city was, well, Scranton. Stage West was a spot for like a lot of my performances I got to do over the year of 2019. I had shows in July. I did one with Oliver Spitz, Ty Soul, the Fitch Gang was there, like all that whole group of people from Lock Haven. And then I did Cottonmouth Kings at Stage West. The V spot was one of the best venues I had for the NEPA Scene Rising Talent competition. I did Mac Lethal at the beginning of March, and that was also at Stage West.
That's
I was
awesome.
going to have Riff Raff March 19th, and the day before the show, Steve posted that it was postponed, and I was so sad. I was like, wow. So the next day I went to my buddy's garage, got my little amplifier, and I did a little live stream. Because, not for nothing, a lot of people don't like Riff Raff. A lot of people like Riff Raff. So I feel like that show right there would have been a great opportunity to get my music out there, because I would have got a chance to probably meet him backstage, connect with him, talk with him, share my music with him, and then it would have been a movement.
Yeah. Do you ever check out like the Chameleon Club or like HMAC in Harrisburg?
No.
I know the Chameleon Club. The Chameleon Club does a lot of hip hop shows. I know my little brother actually runs them. His name's Craig Hedrington, but he goes by Craig Evans. He does these things called artist mashup and stuff. So you should definitely reach out to him. He's doing a lot of cool shows, and then he works with the Chameleon Club, and he also he helps out with Harrisburg HMAC, and they do a lot of hip hop shows and stuff. And they're always looking for artists to go in there and showcase as well.
Oh, so I definitely got to get up out of here then and go over there.
Yeah, Harrisburg's crazy. My first intro music for this podcast, I don't know if you listen to back some of the older episodes, but we used to use a rapper named Vito DePiro. Yeah, he's crazy. I like him a lot. His one song was called "Live My Life." It reminded me like a Rocky theme song. Like it was just a overall positive message, and you'd listen to it and you're like, all right, I can get some shit done. You know what I mean? Like it was just that type of vibe.
Right.
But yeah,
like one of those workout songs.
Yeah, honestly, that's where I thought you might have heard me from. It was just going to HMAC and talking to different rappers. I thought it just kind of went through that connection. So it's yeah. So there's some definite avenues that you can check out. So yeah, if you go on Facebook, it's called Artist Mashup, or you can just search Craig Evans Hedrington. That's my little brother. Like I said, he helps put shows on. Right now, it's kind of a slow thing, but you can just get those gears grinding a little bit and get your name out there.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely, once we're done here, send me those links to him so I could get in contact with him so I could set something up, because
Yeah,
I've been
100%.
looking for more venues to start performing at. Because I love the V spot and I love Stage West, but I got to get out of Scranton and, connect with. Oh, actually, I did Wilkes-Barre too. I did the Bones Bar over there, and I did Border Bar as well in Piston.
Nice.
Bones Bar was lit. But
Yeah.
I wanna go to Harrisburg. I wanna go to like Philly. I wanna go to New York. I wanna go everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm ready.
Mhm.
But I just like the right eye just hasn't seen me yet.
Yeah. I know a thing that's getting popular now on social media that I'm seeing. So like I said, I have a very wide range of musical friends. So I have friends that are like musicians or guitarists and drummers that are doing challenges to one another. Like, oh, here's a guitar riff, like 5 different guitar riffs every day. And they do like a 3-minute video just them playing guitar, and people are like, yo, that's crazy, like you're really good. And then like, I can't wait to go see your band now that this is all over. It's just getting their name out there. And then I see a lot of rappers are doing freestyle challenges where they're like, let's you pick me a beat and I'll do a freestyle to it, or like I'll write something to it or something like that, and they just make a video to it. They work on it, do some edits, and then put it on the internet, and then people are eating that stuff up. And it doesn't got to be a long thing, like a quick 3-4 minute video. That stuff has gotten getting really popular.
Yeah, I like stuff like that. I haven't seen any. I mean, I'm lying. On Instagram, there's like the hunting season challenge, and then the cold summer challenge. So there's stuff like that for the like. I'm still connected to New York. I'm sorry. I'm just bringing back New York into everything. I forget that.
You know, it's funny.
PA, but
I've never been to the city. I've never been to New York City ever.
it's fun.
I'm
It's
30.
wild. It's
I'm
crazy.
32 years old. I've been to Las Vegas. I've been to Dominican Republic, and I've never been. And I've been to Philly, and New York is like an hour and 45 minutes away, and I've never been there.
It's nice.
I've been to
Well,
like
I can't say
upstate.
it's nice. I'm
Yeah.
bugging. I'm bugging. It's not. It's nice in Times Square.
Yeah.
Okay, but just don't go to no hoods over there if you don't know nobody.
Yeah. Just walk. Hey guys, I'm here. Walk.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, they probably gonna think you're a cop.
Yeah, I used to get that all the time. I used to play because I used to, my group of friends growing up, I was the only white dude, and I'd go play basketball. Like they'd be like, "Yo, let's go here and play basketball." I'm like, "All right," and I'd show up at the court and they'd be like, "Yo, you a cop?" And I was like, "Nope." And they're like, "We think you're a cop," and I was like, "Sucks to be you. I'm here to play basketball."
That's exactly what a cop would say.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Sucks to be you. I'm here to play ball." And then I'd always get the one guy. They're like, "All right, we'll pick teams," and then like they put all the best players on all my friends, and then like, "Yo, you kid, the garbage kid, you cover him." And I was like, "It's gonna be a long day for you, man." And he'd be like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Cause I'm gonna fuck you up, and your friends are gonna make fun of you because you're getting fucked up by the white boy." And he's like, "Yeah, I doubt it." And like 4 points in, his friends are like, "Yo, you want to switch? Do you need to switch? You can't guard him." And then it's like, oh man. Then the drama kicks off. They were my old. I don't play basketball anymore though, but they were my days. Had a lot of fun. Yeah, we used to play all the time. But yeah, the Wilkes-Barre Scranton area, man. I don't really hang out up there too often, but I know they have a really big music scene in general with everything. So I definitely want to start dipping my toes in that pond a little bit.
Yeah. Well, oh my God. When I did Bones Bar, it was for a show called All Right that's run by, I guess you could say a friend of mine / a father figure kind of thing in a way, because he's my friend's dad. So it was an all right show, and it was kind of packed back there. It was one of those shows where there's a venue, and then like right around the corner in a separate room there's a bar. So you have to work the crowd into where you guys are at.
Yeah.
And my God, the Wilkes-Barre crowd in that bar, lit. They were turning up to some Gus The Savage, and they were turning up to everybody who was on there too. We had comedy, classic music, you know what I'm saying? Like different type of things up there, but it was definitely turning up, and I enjoyed the crowd over there in Wilkes-Barre. I wouldn't mind doing another show over there.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good time where it's just a different mix, a melting pot of different music. I think that's a good idea.
Yes, definitely.
And comedy and stuff too. Yeah, definitely.
I like shows like that because it gives people a chance to like have some fun, like more fun than, a concert. It's not your average show. You got your musical acts and you got your comedians, and you got, people who might just go up there and do some fire tricks. You never know. We have to have more shows like that out here.
Yeah. So I'm looking at your albums here, and I see that you put 2 albums out last year, Wake Up and Clappin'. Or Cappin', sorry, not Clap. There's no L there. Cappin'.
No, those are singles.
Oh, they're just singles?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do see that now.
So for 2019, at the beginning, I dropped like a little EP that was supposed to be an album.
Okay.
Called Savage 19, and that was the start of the whole like Savage series, because there's gonna be more of the Savage albums. There's gonna be Savage 21, 22, and so on. But that was the start of it, and that's when I started to get a feel of switching up my flow and switching up my style, and that's when I did King of 570 for the summer, and that was a great little EP that I had going on there. The people were loving it. I was getting a good, response from it. Then I did, right before that, I did Wake Up too, and then I did Cappin' with another artist by the name of YPC Ty. I did a song dedicated to my girlfriend called Us Against the World after that, and then, I saved all the work for months ahead. Like I stopped doing music in 2019 around like maybe I'd say October, November, or maybe, the last thing I dropped was in September, and then that's when I started working on the Savage 20 album for 2020.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Now, some of the ones you rattle off there are not showing like the song you just say you did for your girlfriend. The only ones that showing was Wake Up, Cappin', and Why Did You Do It? And then it goes right to your full album of Savage 20.
Well, that's because the other ones are on SoundCloud. because
Okay.
that's kind of like that's my main platform where everybody could just go and listen to my music for free. If you guys don't want to pay a membership, that's fine. There's SoundCloud, and then there's
Yeah.
YouTube as well. I forgot about Why Did You Do It,
Yeah.
to be honest.
You should definitely check out Bandcamp. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Like, so like if you go on Bandcamp, right, you put your music on there, and then people follow you, and then like, for example, like my buddy's band or my buddy's music. I won't, what I mean, but you go on his page and you click it, and then his 3 albums are there. You click his album, and then he sets a price. It just says $5 or more. So if you pay, you can listen to it for free, or you can pay $5 and you can get the entire album digitally to you. Or some people just do like whatever you feel the price is. If you want to give me $1, you want to give me $2, you know what I mean? It's whatever you think it's worth type deal. So like people can still listen to it for free, but it does still give people the opportunity to fund you and help pay for your pay for your music, which I think is a really, really, really cool thing. So Bandcamp is more or less like, hey, you can listen to it, but you also have the opportunity to support this person and throw him a couple bucks.
Right. Yeah, that sounds like a cool deal right there.
Yeah, and then you can put your merch and stuff on there. So if you get a merch page, like it links, it's like a perfect platform for local artists or upcoming artists. And the entire thing is just filled with like every genre of music. So you can go on there and click like rock, hip hop, alternative, electronic, metal, experimental, pop, jazz, blues, punk, and R&B and soul. And it's all just unsigned upcoming artists.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's definitely dope.
Yeah, it should. I don't know what it goes to entail in getting your stuff on there, but it's like my newest recently obsession. Like I just think I wish there was something like that for podcasts where I can go on there and people can fund me and help me out. But we don't have that right now.
I think there's a few. There might be a few. You never know. You just have to check it out because I'm gonna definitely have to do my research on that Bandcamp stuff and on how to get my music on there.
Yeah, that
sounds like a dope.
It's awesome, man. It's fucking awesome. Now you said you found us through a wrestling thing, so you were possibly your TikTok is filled with some wrestling content, so that's maybe how I snuck in there. Yes. Are you currently like a fan? Like, do you watch weekly, or do you have a promotion you're into?
Look. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. I don't watch it on TV because I don't really watch TV like that.
Okay.
But I do keep track on the news of it. Like, I'm up to date, really. So the way I became a wrestling fan was one day I was like 9 years old, and I'm scrolling through TV trying to find something to watch. As a kid, I'm looking for some cartoons, and USA comes up. And I see John Cena in the ring. And I'm like, yo, these guys are fighting. Is this like boxing? Like, what's up? So I just sat down and I watched it. I'm like, no, this is nothing like boxing. These guys are hitting each other with chairs and stuff. So this is cool. And then I watched it for the rest of the show because I guess I came too late. It was back when Raw ended at like 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah, I miss those days.
So it was like 9:30. So it was a half hour. And then at the end of the episode, tune in next Monday night at 8 o'clock. I'm like, okay, I'm tuning in next Monday, 8 o'clock. We got to get on this. And ever since then, I've just been a diehard wrestling fan. And then they would mention the WWF. So, internet was a good thing back then, too, as it is now. So I definitely did my research. And I'm up to date with my old school stuff, too. Shout out The Rock and Stone Cold and Dusty Rhodes and Honky Tonk Man and all that. I'm educated.
You should definitely listen to our Tornado Tag podcast. We usually try to cover everything that's going on and major stuff, but I think you would definitely enjoy it. We have 2 guys on the show who are local wrestlers themselves. They perform all over the place, but it's pretty interesting.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you right now. If this whole rap stuff or like music stuff doesn't work out, I'm definitely gonna look into becoming a pro wrestler.
I can put you. Actually, if you're up in the Wilkes-Barre Scranton area, there's a place in Berwick, up in the Berwick area called Backbreakers, and that's a school, and they train you how to become a wrestler.
I heard about them because they used to be on downtown Wyoming Avenue.
Yeah,
in Scranton.
They do good stuff. They have really good shows too. A lot of my friends perform there.
Yeah, I want to do that. Because like ever since I was a kid.
Well, you could do that and rapping. You can do both.
I could be like R-Truth.
Yeah, fuck yeah, R-Truth's the man. John Cena rapped for a while.
Hey, over there, what's up? Feel me, stand up and say what's up.
I love R-Truth. We did a whole topic on R-Truth. He had a crazy life. He was in jail a couple times. Yeah, he was a drug dealer, and then he got out of there. He got out of there, and he's like, man, I can't do this shit no more. And he changed his whole life.
I watched the 24/7 special that they did on him on the WWE Network. And they talked about that stuff.
Yeah, he's a good dude. And he's he's universally liked by everyone. Like, he's one of the only guys that he could walk up to Vince McMahon and have a conversation because Vince loves him.
Yeah, because he's like so down to earth, you know. Like he's one of those, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, he's just one of those people that's just like, you could be their friend automatically.
Yeah,
like, he's that open, and I like that about R-Truth. And I hope that
he's a giant goofball too.
That's going on, that they don't release R-Truth, because that would be.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
Would be devastating.
They let him go before, and he's one of those guys they let go, and they're like, all right, we'll be fine. We don't need a guy like R-Truth. And then he goes to another company, and he becomes the company's biggest star, and they're like, fuck, we should have never let him go.
Right. And then they call him back and like, yo, here's double the pay.
Yep, pretty much.
I'm pretty sure if they let him go, he'll probably go to AEW.
Oh, he would be huge on AEW.
Oh, my God.
And every single person he's ever worked with loves him. And so he has that reputation no matter where he goes. Like, if he was a free agent, like, he would get signed immediately. Even though he's 41 years old, but he has the body and the look of a 30-year-old guy. He looks fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he probably wouldn't go by the name of R-Truth anymore.
No, when he doesn't wrestle under WB, he goes by Wrong Killings, which is his actual name. Yeah. But yeah, it's wrestling's a good time, man. Like I said, like our podcast thing here, we do the interviews and then we do the wrestling talk and then we do like video game nerdy comic book talk on the one show and then we do beers. It's a little bit of everything. We're actually starting a new podcast next week. It's gonna be all about the Washington Redskins because I'm a big Redskins fan.
I'm not into football like that. I used to be. I was kind of forced into it, honestly. If I'm being honest, my stepdad, he would bring me to his brother's like Super Bowl Sunday game parties or whatever, and I was a Giants fan, I guess, because of that. But I'm not really into football like that. Basketball is okay too, but if I want to talk about a sport, it's definitely gonna have to be baseball.
See, I cannot do baseball. It's crazy because I always kind of not make fun of it, but I kind of pick on it like, yo, it's so boring. But my favorite sport is actually soccer, and people are like, yo, don't tell me to suck. But I'm like, yo, I tried playing baseball. I get so bored. Like, you sit there the whole time, then you finally get up to bat, and you hit it, and then you got to stand on base and wait for the next guy to hit it, and then it's just so much standing around. Like in soccer, it's just like you're always moving. I loved it.
I tell you what though, like when you're really into the sport of baseball, there's a thrill.
Oh, there's a science to it. There's definitely a science to it.
You hit that ball and you're like, oh yeah, like this is a good hit. Like I'm on base now. And then if your teammate hits the ball and it gets farther, boom, you keep going. It's like an energy rush you get. Like when I was playing baseball for school, I didn't get on the field that much because I really don't know why. I tried my hardest at practice. Like I got better as we practiced, so I don't know why I didn't get any field time. But when I did get a chance, it was like the greatest thing, you know. Mm-hmm. And the last game we played, we almost won, and I made it. I hit it, I believe I hit it, or I was walked, and I still made it all the way around because somebody hit it, and I just ran.
When I used to play in gym class, I used to piss everyone off because I would hit the ball and I wouldn't stop at first base. I was just like, nah, like you're gonna have to chase me down. Like I was the guy who would run back and forth from first to second base 15 times until you missed through a ball, and I would try to take second because I'd just be so bored. I'm like, I'm not standing there waiting all day long. Like I'm just gonna like, yo, you got us out. I'm like, I don't care. I got the move. I did something. I'm going to sit back down now.
Right.
Yeah. I just didn't get it. I wasn't into it. Like kickball, I fucking play kickball all day long, but baseball, I just couldn't do it because I grew up playing soccer, so I knew I could fuck that ball up. Yeah. So, what are some future plans or some goals you have? Like, what do you like now that this lockdown is it something like? Because there's two things that I look at this, and it could be in anything, whatever you're into right now. This COVID-19 can be a vacation for people. It could be a time for rest. It could be a time to sit back and relax, or it can be a time for to grind even harder and get some stuff done and work on your craft. Where would you really fall on that spectrum right now? And there's no wrong answer. If you're relaxing, that's good. That's fine to relax. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. I guess you could say I'm like in some sort of a grind mode, but at the same time more relaxed, because in a time like this, you really see who's really there for you. So that's the way I look at things right now. You know, everybody's enclosed and nobody is going outside. Nobody's interacting with each other. Everybody's living their life. But I still have, you know, a circle of people who still keep in contact with me. And then there's a handful of people who, when outside was open, I guess if you want to say, they used to hit me up. And now, since nothing's going on, nothing from them either. And that's fine, because, you know, I don't really worry about anybody else. I mind my own business. And I really just keep to myself, and I keep to my business because I have things to do and I can't let anything hold me back. So this is like a little bit of fuel to the fire, if you can say, because I got my mic, I got my software, I got my laptop, I got everything I need to record. So yeah, this is grind time, but also relaxation time, because I still gotta go to work. I'm an essential worker, so.
Lucky you. I've been stuck at home, just losing my mind.
Well, I mean, I'm stuck too, in a sense, because I take care of my grandfather. So this is like home to me.
Yeah.
That's my job. I'm a home health aide. And I've been taking care of my grandfather for just about a year. And, you know, making sure he's safe is one of my main priorities. And I can't be interacting with people. I only go outside if I really truly need to.
Yeah.
If I'm going to my sister's house to see my nieces or my nephew, or if I'm going to the store, that's about it. I don't go anywhere else.
That's totally understandable. I definitely commend that. I think that's a smart thing to do. Is definitely looking at for the safety of your family and stuff like that. It's definitely the right thing to be doing at this point in time. Now you said you record everything from home. Do you record and then send it to someone to remaster for you, so then you can put on an album, or what is the process there?
Well, I record from home right now. Before, I was able to go to my buddy Chris's house, and he has his little home studio there where he mixes and masters my tracks. And that was a fun time getting to work with him. He goes by the name of Confidence, and he's also a local music artist. And it's good connecting with people like that. Like, I have another producer friend of mine. He goes by the name of Dimitri, and that's just his real name for everything. And connecting with those guys of the local scene is like a different experience, because, you know, there's no pressure. They're just like you know, on the rise, and it's not like, you know, meeting with somebody who's like real professional, who's been working in the game for like 10 years and they're famous. There's like a whole bunch of pressure, and you don't know like how to react to things. Working with them, it's comfortable because they're your friends and you guys get to collab on different things, different ideas in the air. You know, work gets shown to each other. It's like a bonding time, you know?
Yeah. Now looking at your album here, I see you have you work with, I'm just throwing some names, Lucius Hex, YPCTY. I'm not sure how to say the full thing.
Okay. All right, so we got, I'm gonna tell you right now, on the album Savage 20, we got Lucas Hex,
yep,
YPC Ty, Young Trav, NGS Young Bull, Ty Soul, Amanda Rogan, Main the Medicine, Michael McDonald, and I believe that's it.
Now, are they all local people to your area, or where most of those artists located out of?
Yeah, they're mostly local people to the area of northeastern PA. You know, they're all around.
Nice.
Some of them, I believe, live in Wilkes-Barre. I don't really know their exact like spot where they're at, but they're in northeastern Pennsylvania, and I got to connect with them through doing shows and through being seen on NEPA scene and the whole Steamtown Music Awards thing,
Mm-hmm.
where I won my award. I got to meet Lucas Hex in person, and then I connected with him on Facebook, and we started talking about, getting on the album. I met Made the Medicine at one of the shows that he was a part of with his group Mercy Gang, and him and Paulie are two great people. I love them. They're OGs in the game, and I look up to them, so I have so much respect for them. They're real cool, and they're down to earth, and it's always a chill time. I met Ty Solo the same way, and we also got talking about being on the album. I don't believe I met Amanda Rogan in person, but I did hear her stuff from her band Sweetness, and that's when I got connected with her. And then Michael McDonald goes by the name of Duds. I met him at the V Spot, and I reached out to him one day, and I was like, yo, I need some guitar for this song, and I know you could do it. And we got cooking from there. They're all great people. YPC Ty, Young Trav, and NGS Young Bull. I know them from being connected with the local young producers around here, and also YPC Ty is my cousin, so that's a big connection right there. And I got them on the album to work. It was all just a great time, and it took a long time to get everything mixed, mastered, and properly ready for me to release it and feel comfortable with it.
Yeah,
And I think it's awesome.
I'm a fan of collaboration and stuff like that. I know a lot of people. I know, like, I have a little brother. Me and him are 11 years apart. So his idea of things and my idea of music and growing up are two different things. Like, I love collaborations. I love when people work together. I think that's a beautiful thing about music is collaboration. So I know, like, a new album would come out and he'd be like, yeah, it's good, but they have like 3 or 4 features, and I wish they didn't have, like, having a feature was kind of like a knock for a while, I guess. I don't know, at least in his culture or his mind state. But I was just like, I don't know. I don't see that as a knock. I think it's awesome when people work together. So not only are you working together, but you're working with other local people in your area. So, like, for me, I go and listen to a song and I'm like, man, like, I really like this person. I would like to listen to more of this person. So then because I'm the same way you are. Like, it's very similar, like how you were like, man, I found you on TikTok and then did research on you. I'm the same way. I listen to something. Like, if you post something online, this is just weird for me. Like, me and my buddy got in an argument, and I'm not political or anything, but I'm also the type of person, I love documentaries. I love stuff like that, but I don't get swayed on documentaries because every time someone has a motive, or every time someone puts something out, they have a motive of what they believe in, and they're pushing that motive. So if you make a post saying, like, I hate this, I will research you and find out, okay, they follow this political thing. They have this religious belief. So this is where their mind state is, and they're pushing their belief of that on somebody. You know what I mean? So, like, or even like researching music, like, I did a collaboration, so I look at this person and I research their music, and I research, like, I'm like, oh, okay, because I'm the type of person, I'm a fan of someone more than just their music. Like, if they're a good person in general, they, you know what I mean, I like that kind of stuff. And a huge reason why I do these interviews, because people will listen to your interview and say, man, he's a real person, he has a great conversation, I like where he comes from mentally, so, like, they would support your music more. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, so I do like that. I do like how you look into stuff like that, because I can definitely say I do a lot of the same.
Well, I see it from both ways, but I lean more towards the working with people.
Yeah.
I see where he's coming from with the whole, like, oh man, too many collaborations, because I guess you could say it takes the shine away from the main artist. But at the same time, when you go to the studio with these people and you collaborate, you guys have conversations. Again, you guys share ideas, you come up with hooks together, you come up with the melodies together, you might just come up with some lyrics together and make the hook, So that's why I like collaborations. I enjoy doing collaborations with specific people willing to help me get it out there as much as I am willing to get it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I do a song with somebody and, they do nothing to help the song grow, I can't work with that person.
I look at
that's why
you could also have it as you bring somebody in and they just step your game up to another level. You're like, yo, they're fucking good. Like, I gotta rework my shit because they came so hard. Like, I gotta step my shit up now. It's like a friendly competition style thing. Like, Like,
Yeah.
like like I said, I like Eminem. Eminem does collaborations with people, and you can definitely tell you could listen to the rapper by themselves, and you're like, not that much of a fan. But they got on that Eminem track and they fucking showed their ass off. You're like, that's because they had to. You know what I mean? They had to step up to a different level. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta get on it. You gotta step your shit up.
It's Eminem. You gotta make sure if you're on an Eminem song that your verse is fire.
Yeah,
your verse is just as fire as his.
I have that problem with Post Malone songs, where a lot of people go on Post Malone songs and they do a verse, and I'm like, I would just rather it just be Post. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, I didn't like your verse too much, but that's neither here nor there. So, trying to think, I had a question there, and it literally just left my brain. Just left my brain.
It happens.
Do you now? When you say you were originally, do you still go back to the Bronx a lot? Like, do you still go back and see family and do stuff there?
No, because I don't really have anybody over there to go see. I got my Aunt Carmen, who's out there, and a good friend of my mom's still lives out there too. But my uncle, my two uncles who live out there, one of my uncles lives in the Bronx, and my other one lives in Manhattan. But I don't really go out there because I think I mentioned earlier, it's pretty crazy and wild out there. So
you don't want to get caught up in shit.
Sometimes. Yeah, it's nice to visit sometimes, but it's also good when they get a chance to get out of there and come visit over here.
Yeah.
You know?
When my friends used to come from New York to come visit here, I'm like, yo, I'm just coming out and spend the weekend. They're like, all right. So they come out, and the first night I'm like, let's go. We're going to a bar. We're gonna go bowling. We're gonna get some pizza. And like, they're like, oh my god. So they in their mind they have New York mentality. So they come out here, we do all this shit, and come home, and they're like, bro, I have so much money left over. Like, this shit is awesome out here. It's not even that expensive. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, yo, what we just did now, you would be in the house for a week because you would have spent your whole check. I'm like, fuck that. Like, we go out to a bar and it's like $1.75, $2 for a beer, and they're like, bro, that's an $8 beer in New York. Like, yo, I would.
It's true.
That'd gross me out. I can't handle that. That's why I stay in my small little.
In the city.
Yeah, that's why I stay in my small little areas. I like my little Dawson Creek, Pennsylvania areas. It's cheap and nobody bothers nobody.
Right.
I'll go visit a city, but I'm coming right home. I'm coming right home.
That's the whole gist of it. I'll go visit for a day. I'm not gonna stay overnight. Now, if I have to stay overnight, like for a show, then yeah, of course. Yeah. But
now, what are some other things you're into, that you're into, like on the side? Maybe stuff that you do as hobbies besides your music.
I play my video games.
Are you a video game player too?
Yeah, I play wrestling, GTA, NBA. I play the 360 games that's backwards compatible with my Xbox. So I got Bully, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, stuff like that. But as far as like, I can't say the geeky games because I used to play them too. I don't have any of those.
Yeah.
Like I don't have Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. I did download a Power Rangers game the other day. I love me some Power Rangers, and it was Battle of the Grid, and I beat the whole game, and it was by far like one of the best Power Ranger games I've ever played.
Yeah, that side scroll beat 'em up one, right?
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
The one I played was the original my Power Rangers growing up, like the first generation.
Well, yeah.
And it was like a side scroll beat 'em up, and then you could unlock other like costumes and shit.
This one I played, it's brand new, and it's like it ties into the Power Rangers comics where the Green Ranger turns evil again and he becomes Lord Draken, and it's like a battle of the whole Morphin Grid where different Rangers from different dimensions come in and they have to fight against evil, stuff like that.
That sounds interesting.
Oh yeah, you definitely got to check it out. If you're into Power Rangers, definitely check out Power Rangers Battle of the Grid. It's a good game.
Now, are you excited for the Xbox Series X?
No, because I'm not going to get it.
Why?
Hold on. Grandpa, it's about to be 9 o'clock. Yeah, in the nighttime. Sorry, my grandpa asked me for the time.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm not getting it because I'm not about to spend like $1,000 on a console.
It'll be like $500.
I don't know.
$499.
It's gonna be pretty expensive.
$499. That's my prediction. I've been doing so much research on this shit. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with it. I can't wait. I actually heard rumors that they're going to come out with 2 consoles.
Oh, okay.
They're going to come out. They're going to come
They
out.
call it the 720.
No, it's going to be this Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S. So instead of waiting like half a year and coming out with a slim version, they're going to come out with it right away. But the slim version is going to be still very, very powerful, but it's going to be like a little not as powerful as the Series X. So the rumor is that the Series X is going to be around $499, $500, and then the PlayStation. All the rumors are saying it might come in $100 cheaper, but now the rumors are saying that PlayStation may not be able to afford to come in $100 cheaper. But the Xbox Series S is going to be still very, very strong. It's going to be stronger than the Xbox One X. And can still handle everything that the X is doing, the new Xbox Series X is doing, but just a couple scales down when it comes to some of the technology, and it'll be like $100 cheaper. So it'll be like $399.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if it's that low price, then I might just get it. But if it's in the thousands, I'm not gonna.
No, it won't be thousands. It won't be. I guarantee it won't be in the thousands. You heard it here first. It will not be in the thousands. It's gonna be really strong, but it's not gonna be $1,000. They would never make money on a video games console if it cost $1,000.
I might just have to cop it then.
Yeah, and it's gonna launch with some serious titles. But all right, well, I don't want to keep you super late. So, is there anything else in closing you want to talk about, or get off your chest, or let people know about?
Everybody, just make sure you stay safe. I know there was like a big protest out in Harrisburg, and I thought that was really irresponsible of the people. I know what they were fighting for, and I respect it. But at the same time, you're just putting everybody else at risk out there, gathering like that. And some of them not wearing masks, some of them wearing masks. It's just, like I said, very irresponsible for them to be like, oh, yeah, we're protesting to open up the state. Yeah, I mean, I want it to be open, too. I want it to be open just like everybody else. But I'm not about to go outside and risk my life. Because there were a lot of people saying, oh, these people don't have anything to lose. Yes, they do. They got their lives to lose and their families to lose. Like, one of my family members has contacted COVID-19, and my girlfriend recently just suffered a loss from it. So this is real. Everybody just needs to stop playing with it and stay inside. And if you're on a grind time like myself, where you got your little equipment, do that. Stay productive, look out, do whatever you can to stay positive. And again, stay safe, because this is real. Like,
absolutely,
this is no joke.
Stay busy too, because that's what's driving people crazy. Is I think people just have nothing to do. Find a hobby. Like, if you're looking for something to do this time, pick up an instrument, pick up something, learn how to do something. Pick up a second language. There's so many apps right now that normally cost people a lot of money, and these companies are giving away for free because they're trying to entice people to stay in the house. So there's definitely a lot to do.
Mm-hmm.
When I close this out, don't hang up on me here, because I always tell people, like, all right, cool, we're wrapping up, and then the person hangs up, but I don't get to tell them some stuff afterwards. So definitely don't do that to me. I
got you.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for reaching out and doing this podcast, and make sure everyone goes over to the pages and supports Gus and Gus The Savage, and follow his music and keep up to date. And like I said,
Facts,
man, yeah, and then when
find Savage19 on all over platforms. Again, you can find me on Instagram _official Gus The Savage, Facebook Gus The Savage, and I also run a little NEPA unsigned artist magazine along with Alana from 570 Press, Nate Will, and a good buddy of mine, Cody Black. And that's going to feature a whole bunch of different artists.
I actually just interviewed Alana from 570 Press the other day.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, she's a cool person too.
Yep. Yeah, so many good connections, man. So, and if you are listening and you are a musician, regardless of the genre, if you're looking for a collaboration, definitely hit him up too. He's very open minded to that, and it's always good to have more collaborations with each other. But we're gonna wrap it up there. This has been Interviews with Everyday People. We'll see you guys next time.
When I pull up to the house, I look and see the nozzle whip. Now the bitch is playing with my soul. This shit driving me crazy, and I might lose control. Why the hell she bring him in the home? I'm about to grab my grip and I'ma aim it at his dome. She was a bad bitch, savage. Chillin' on my mattress. Claimed she didn't fuck with me, but all of that was cap shit. Fucking with my friend that said you love me wasn't facts, bitch. Now you tryna be brand new, you turned into an actress. Bad bitch, savage. Chillin' on my mattress. Claimed she didn't fuck with me, but all of that was cap shit. Fucking with my friend that said you love me wasn't facts, bitch. Now you tryna be brand new, you turned into an actress.
Baby, we both know you ain't true. You an actress type of bitch, and I don't fuck with you. I know what I know. I know you a hoe. First night that we got down, we went straight to the floor. I'm so done with this motherfucking trick shit. Me and Gus grinding, just tryna make these hits, bitch. Actress, sad that you thought you was a bad bitch. Now I kicked you to the curb and got you